Hey folks, it's Rithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Under the Hill for our final week on our little holiday that we're having here in Slovenia on this map, which is made by somebody close to Sinikadu. He was the one that actually contacted me and asked me if I'd be able to do something on this map, just to take a look around it as a favour, and I've absolutely loved it. I've absolutely loved my time here. It has been wonderful. We still have a week to go. Now, I was asking about this huge, great big pile out here. Apparently, this is working as intended. The big pile gets put out here, big pile of grass, starts to dry out a little bit here, and is slowly put up into the loft up there. And then as it works through, it moves its way up into the loft. So we've got 95% out here, 4% up in the loft at the moment that is already dried. So, well, it gets partially dried and then it's put it up into those lofts and then it will finish off drying. So we've still got a load of grass in the Lely Tygo up there. Monstrous great big thing. That one's still to work on. These bags in here, I wasn't sure what they were. I was a little bit confused. Apparently these are sandbags and they use these for the same purpose as the tyres. They go on here. They go onto the clamp like that, and then they are used for sheeting down the silage. So that's what those are for. You've got sandbags there and you've got tyres there. So you've got all the weights you could possibly want for sheeting down your silage clamp. We don't actually need them at the moment because this silage clamp is ready to open up. So we can go on here and we can open that bad boy up like that. That one is now ready to take some silage out, which we will be doing at some point soon. We've got to clean the cows up. But before we start on that, there was another job that I wanted to do. And that was, I actually wanted to do a little bit of planting. I wanted to plant something in this little field down here. The only issue is I got to get that one put away. And then we got to get the seed drill out. So I've done that. But the seed drill is in there. So first of all, we've got to move this monstrous great big machine out of the way. So we'll bring this one here. This is the contractor's tractor. And he's going to hang around for a little bit while the grass is starting to be put up into the hayloft. And then once some of it's up there, he's going to empty out the rest of this, and then that will all be returned. So we won't be using that one much anymore. And we're going to come up over here. So my question that I asked you all this week, well, last week, was what map do we go to next? Where do you want me to go next? And I gave you 5 choices. There's my bit of paper. Here we go. We had Horsch Aggravation. We had Stappenback 17. We had Valley, the old farm. We had Old Slovenian Farm. And we had Pacific Northwest. All of which I thought would be good maps. I wouldn't mind playing on any of those maps. So we put them up. And it did surprise me because the first day, the very first day, the clear and easy winner of the vote for the first day was the Horsch Aggravation map. And I gotta be honest, that did surprise me a little because I thought one of the others would get it. But then the next 2 days the vote changed around quite drastically and we don't have Horsch Aggravation as the winner. So I will include Horsch Aggravation in our next vote for the next map because enough people seem to want it that I think it could very well end up being a winner at some point, even if it wasn't this time. Where is seed? There's no seed here. I'm just wondering if we've actually got seed here at the farm, or if I need to go and get some from elsewhere. Now, we planted wheat last time, so this time we're going to plant barley. No, we didn't plant wheat. We had wheat. We had wheat. I'm going to go and look over this way and see if we've got anything over. So while we drive, we had those 5. We had... Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, I forgot to do one of the adding up bits. But yeah, we had 1,040 people have answered this question so far. Now, I know it does seem quite low, and I'm sure that if you watch at the weekend, the results might seem quite a bit different. I don't think there is actually any on-farm fertilizer or anything like that. I think we're going to need to go up to the dealership and buy a big bag of seed up there. And then use it. So we'll just go up to the dealership and we'll do it like that. I think it's just going to be a little bit easier if we do that. I record the first episode of the week at the end of the previous week, so I don't get to include the people who vote over the weekend, and it's a bit unfortunate. It's just the way that things have got to work out so that I can get the keep on top of my upload schedule and my recording and everything else. And I also feel it's sort of a little bit of a reward for those who get in early and watch the videos. Those who it's a difficult one, because I know some of you can't watch until the weekends and you'd like to watch earlier, but at the same time it is sort of it's like a bit of a reward for those of you who watch it on the day that the thing is released, rather than waiting several days. You get to actually have a bit of an influence and a bit of an input. So unfortunately that is the way that it's going to have to be, because I can't really see any other way of doing it unless I leave like a vote to run and for a week and then go and answer it 2 weeks later, which generally I think is just going to start getting confusing for everybody involved, including me, and we don't really want to get me confused on this whole issue, because I do want to try and keep things a little bit accurate, if at all possible. Right, let's lift that bad boy up and close it, and we're going to go back this way rather than along the road. Anyway, where was I? So we had 1,040 people answer. We had 119 people wanted Old Slovenian Farm. And just bring that round there, I can see where I'm going. There, we had 148 people wanted Pacific Northwest. 156 said Valley of the Old Farm. 274 said the Horsch aggravation, and 343 voted for Stappenback 17. So Stappenback 17 is going to be our next map. I will include the Valley of the Old Farm and Horsch aggravation maps as 2 of the 5 votes for our next map, and then I will pick 3 new ones. The other 2 I won't include next time round, because they were quite a bit lower than the others. I mean, to be honest, there wasn't a huge amount between it, the Valley of the Old Farm and Pacific Northwest, so maybe I'll have 3 of them. I don't really know. I'm definitely going to include Horsch aggravation. The other 2 we'll see. It depends what other maps. There are a couple others that I want to include in a vote as well. That's to come in like a month's time, so it doesn't really matter right now. Right now, all that really matters is that we are going to Stappenback 17 in our next map. That one is based in Germany. I've already had a few people advising me on which machines would be best suited to a German map because of the German manufacturers, and we will try and do that. I know I haven't used very much in a way of manufacturers that would be commonly available here in Slovenia. I've used a couple. I did get the Steyr in. I have got the Steyr in. We got the Deutz here as well. And I've got a Valtra here at the moment, and this is more of a Scandinavian tractor. But there is another tractor that we could... Oh, no, I don't want to go there. I thought there was another tractor that we could use. I've been told that the Hurleyman would actually be one that would be used around here. And Lindner as well, some people said. Not a lot of people said about that. Steyr was the biggest one that I've been told about. A lot of people have said Steyr would be very common in this particular area. IMT is another one. Now, I did used to have an IMT. I don't know if I've still got one here. I got lots of Fendt. Oh, Fiat. Fiat is definitely one. So we'll go for a Fiat. We'll get a Fiat. I don't really know what we're going to do with it, though, because we're busy doing this here. And then I got a whole load of Massies over there. So yeah, we're going to go for a Fiat right now. We're going to take this one. Right. Short pre-filter. Long pre-filter. Engine setup. I've no idea. Let's go for long pre-filter. I don't actually know what that means. Front loader attachment. No. No, we don't want a front loader attachment. Wheel setup, standard, wide tyres, rear twins, narrows, or standard. We'll go standards on this. Design, lifting arms, hydraulic pistons. What is the difference between hydraulic pistons and lifting arms? I have no idea. I'm going to go for hydraulic pistons and see if I can notice a difference. Fixed tow bar, trainer extender. Let's go with that one as well. Right, let's buy this tractor and let's see what that one does. I'm actually going to buy another one, and I'm going to take that one off and that one off, and I'm going to put that one as the short. And I'll buy that one, and I'm going to compare the two. We will compare the two. Right, the barley is being planted. This seed drill is absolutely useless. I use this one in the Terra Italica map as well, and it does exactly the same thing on that one. the slightest uneven ground and is leaving huge chunks behind. It's absolutely useless as a seed drill. It's terrible. It's possibly one of the worst seed drills I've ever encountered. And you could argue that it's because the, the land wheel is not actually going onto the land properly, because this is a land-driven machine. The PTO is for the air, but the actual release and speed that the seed is being dropped is governed by the wheels on the ground. And so if the wheel is coming up off the ground, it doesn't work very well. But people who actually use these seed drills tell me that they're extremely reliable and extremely good, and that's highly unlikely. So yeah, that one, we've kind of shot that argument in the foot straight away. You're being a little bit daft. I'm not quite sure why you're being daft, but we'll bring you up round here. And then we want to go and have a look at our Fiat tractors. We need to get some food in for the cows. That is, it would help if I didn't reverse with the seed drill in the ground. It's probably not going to help the quality of the actual seed drill. We're not going to improve how well the thing is performing. Let's just bring that up to there. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do another pass, just so it's definitely got enough room to make it up across the field. There like that. And I will use one of the Fiats to come back down here to the farm and go on to the mixed feeder. And then we can put some mixed feed in for the cows. We've been waiting for a while to do that. We do need to clean them as well. We'll use a loader tractor for that, which is actually this tractor right here. But it's not got very much... What? What? What object could you possibly be blocked by? Seriously? I've had a look around. I cannot see anything that they could possibly be blocked by. So I'm going to go... Helper R is blocked. No, you're not. You're just being difficult. You are absolutely not blocked by anything at all. You are just being difficult. You're deliberately being as difficult as you possibly can because you don't want to do this job. Here we go. Right, that's what we needed. We needed to get someone who knew what she was doing. The bloke that we had here previously obviously didn't know anything about what he was doing, and so he was just giving up, blocked by an object. You're in the middle of a field. Right, anyway, let's calm down. It's okay. And let's go and have a little look at these tractors. Right, so we got two of them side by side. This is the hydraulic rams, and this is the non-hydraulic rams, isn't it? And that is the extended hitch. And then we've got the... Oh, I see. Right, so the air filter up there is all the way up there, whereas this air filter is down there, right? What the thing going on to... Oh, I think the thing going on to the exhaust is just like they're holding each other together. I don't think that's an actual connection tube. It might be. I don't know. I mean, it does say turbo. Maybe yeah, although I thought the turbo was further inside the engine, not up there. I'm not quite sure about that. And then we've got this extra bit on the hitch. So we've got hydraulic rams there. I'm going to make the assumption that that's the hydraulic rams that they're talking about, and those over there, whereas this one is just the ones on the back, so it's got like two sets of hydraulic rams on it to make it slightly stronger. And then you've got that fixed hitch up there, whereas this one's got just the fixed hitch down here, and it doesn't have your European mainland one, which is the one up there. That's a mainland Europe one, that hitch up there. Whereas this bit down here actually looks more like the bit that goes in here. This is the hitch that we usually have here in the UK. And you have that as a drawbar hitch, which if you've got a trailer that you're not unhitching on a regular basis, or any kind of machine, usually you put it onto that drawbar hitch and it locks in place and just sits there. And then if you're unhitching and hitching trailers on a regular basis, you take this one out. You usually take this one out, turn it round, put it on its side and slot it back in, and it's got just a hook on the other side. The hook goes actually further back in underneath, and then you just back up. That one lifts, drops down. You back it in underneath the hook on the trailer, you lift it up, and away you go. And that's it. You don't need to be getting in and out. I mean, if you've got brake lines and stuff like that you've got to plug in, then you do need to jump out and you get those, but that's actually pretty quick. And it's a lot quicker than having to use a drawbar pin. And so there's quite a common thing to see. It is quite a common thing to have those hitches that go back in under there. Being right back in under the tractor, it does give you less of a turning circle than a long drawbar stuck out behind you, but it's a small price to pay for the speed that you can swap the things over. This over here, I've never personally driven a tractor that has anything like this on it. This is mainland Europe. I understand now that there are tractors in this country that have those, but I've never personally operated one. So I can't comment on how they're like and what they're like. I've heard in the past that having the hitch too high on the tractor, what it's doing, it does have the potential to have the tractor topple backwards, because if you got too much weight, if the weight is right up here above the level of the axle, and you're pulling forwards, then the front of the tractor could lift up, and the weight of it could like go catapult it backwards. But I would guess, though, that they're usually designed so they're about level with the axle, and that's not really going to be any kind of issue. But yeah, so we'll sell this one here, and then we'll use the other one, because the other one is the one that would be more likely to be found here in Slovenia, I'm guessing. I don't actually know, but this is just a guess. So, as I'm guessing that is the configuration that would be most likely found, that's the one we'll go for. I like the sound of the engine. That does actually sound very cool. Okay, we can go to... There we go. Right, we can sell that one. That has been sold. Then we can come back over to this one, and we can get this one on. Right. Okay, listen to the sound of that beastie. That does actually sound very cool. I like this. I want to get this one back to the yard, and we're going to get this one hitched on to the mixed feeder, and we're going to get some mixed feed put in for the cows so that they've got maximum production. Listen to him grunt as he goes up the hill. That is just fantastic. Oh yeah. Now that is more like it. This I like. This I like a lot. This is brilliant. Right, I need to get that mixed feeder out of this shed without driving on the large supply of food we've got right there. So let's just leave that one there a second, and we'll have a look over here. How are we doing? How are we doing with the grass? We've got 15,000 litres here at the moment, and with 34,000 there, it's on 85%. I don't think we can tip that one out yet. Did I put grass in here for the cows? Oh no, the grass is only on 22% on the cows, so we also need to put grass in for them. And getting the actual thing in there to tip is impossible with the size of the machine we got over there. So that's another issue that we're going to have to deal with. Right, well first up, we're going to come into here and we're going to get that muck spreader out of the way. That one's going to be blocking our route here, so we'll bring that one back there like that. Hitch this one on, bring that one round there. And this muck spreader here, actually we'll run this one across the road just for now so that it's out the way. And then we can come back and we can play around with that mixed feeder. We do have this whole issue with, well, the cow's cleanliness has got to be dealt with. We can get the voucher up and we can do that for the cow's cleanliness. We can deal with that. Just put that one back in there. I'm hopefully going to do a bit of muck spreading before we finish this series as well. That is one other task I'd like to do. The little muck spreader like this, absolutely brilliant. This is something that I've done many times, although I don't use a muck spreader like that very often, or I haven't in the past. I'm not a farmer anymore, and I don't work on a farm. Haven't used one like that very often. I have very rarely used one like that. When I was working on bigger scale contracting work, we had much bigger ones. But anyway, I usually used a rotor spreader, the side flinging rotor spreaders, and I used to love that job. I really did. It was one of my favorite jobs. There was something really awesome about that, because you couldn't just like start it up and have it wouldn't run at a set speed, right? The chain flail rotor spreader wouldn't run. It does not run at a set speed. It doesn't have a set speed to run at. What it does is it just starts spinning, and you have to personally watch like a hawk all the muck coming out, judge how thick it is on the ground, and then adjust your speed across the field accordingly. And also alter the revs of the tractor and all sorts of other bits and pieces. And you just have to generally make sure that it's all working perfectly. And it's all done, it's all down to the driver. Every single part of it is down to the driver. There is no, so you can't just like have a set speed and then go cruising off across the field. Now, I can see right here that it's not actually planted, but if we were planting this in real life, we would have made the same marks across the field, and we wouldn't actually know where it wasn't planted. So this could be the first time this machine has started to go wrong. Maybe the wheel is starting to seize up or something. The flotation's not working perfectly, so we can't see that that field has not been planted very well, right? That's not something that we can clearly see. It's not something we can see at all by just going and looking at the field and looking at where we've been, because it's all going to have the same pattern on it once we're done. So we're not able to do anything about that. We're just going to assume that we've got it all done absolutely perfectly, and then we're going to bring this one back into the shed like this. I'm going to park it up. I'm going to lower that one down. Not going to bother washing it. That can just stay exactly as it is. Let's bring it forward a bit. Unhitch you. Right. Next task is to do some loader work. So we're gonna unhitch that one there. Oops, not that way. I want to go this way, and then bring that one round. Now we have no bales. Everything here is we're handling loose. It's all being handled loose. I say we have no bales. We do have some bales. We could use straw bales. Well, we're going to use straw bales. We could use hay bales. We could use the small bale hay instead of using the loose out of the loft. But I don't really want to do that. I want to use the loose. We'll bring that onto there. And I've now got a loader tractor ready and raring to go. Let's bring that one back round there. We've got a slurry spreader there as well, so we'll also do a little bit of slurry spreading. I'd like to get, well, I tell you what, I can easily put some grass in for the cows, because what I can do is I can come down here and I can scoop up, first of all, this grass that the sheep have chucked out of their trough and dumped in front. So I can do that. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky because of the game. The way the game does the loaders and stuff, and the way that the loader reaches the ground is not brilliant sometimes, and so if the ground is slightly uneven, it can be quite difficult to get it accurate. But there, we did manage it. We got something there. We can bring that one up. How are we doing with wool? 3/4 of a pallet over there. That's not too bad, actually. Right, and then we want to come... Right, I don't think we're going to be able to come in from this direction very easily because that enormous pile of hay that we got there. So we'll come down this side, and we'll come in round, and we'll come in through the bottom gate, through the bottom door. I'm hoping this tractor can actually fit in there for the cows. So if you like small machinery, if you like the small, tight maps, this is an absolutely beautiful map to play. It really is. It's absolutely wonderful because of you've got to, all of your decisions have got to be based on small machinery. You've got to figure out how to use the small machinery on the maps. Right. Definitely want to bring that up a little bit. There we go. Oh, I am now actually picking it all up. Yeah, you've got to very carefully assess how all of it is working for you, and I can't pick that up. I've got grass there that I can't pick up. It looks like it's a little bit too low for me to reach in places. That's a bit unfortunate. It's alright though, we can live with that. Just bring that out there. I think what you'd have to do, maybe, I mean, you could use the cleaning robot in here. That would fit. You could definitely use the cleaning robot. I'm gonna assume that I can tip here. I hope I can. Is that going in for the cows? Yes, that is going in for the cows. I'm just gonna leave it right there, tipping slowly so that it goes in there, and then we can back out a little bit, and we'll see what that's. Cleanliness is saying 0%. Let's have a look in here because it will tell us. Oh no, not that one. I want to go to that one. Cleanliness. Oh, it's still saying 0%. Grass there is now 2,500. Hay is 8,700. We can put more hay in a minute. Cleanliness over there, that's not updated yet either. So we'll just wait for the cleanliness levels to update, and we'll see. Oops. Okay. This tractor is absolutely the maximum limit of what can fit into this building. You cannot get a bigger tractor into this building. I do wonder if maybe the grass will pick up a bit easier if we drive in the other way. It could very well do. It could make a bit of a difference. So let me bring this one up this way. I'm just going to pause there a second. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward the time a little bit. We've done everything else we need to do. And look how fast it's now disappearing that is going to make it a lot easier. That is going to make it a huge amount easier. Go on. Go on, how far? It's only taking an hour to do this. Right? It's going up through there really quick. I didn't realise that that was actually part of the correct part of the mechanism. So, and I also love that even though it does take a while to sort of go up into the loft has got a much bigger capacity than the bit on the ground in front. So we're able to put in a very large quantity of this stuff. And let that... Right, we've still got 11 tons out the front, 10 tons out the front, but it's only 15% full up in the loft. So you've got a winter's worth of hay up in the loft. You don't really need to have loads more. I mean, you can have more. You could go and get a load more bales. But, I mean, we're talking a very small-scale farm here. So you wouldn't need any more, really, than what we've got right here. So now that that has lowered all the way down like that, I will slow time back down. And first up, we're going to take this tractor in this way, and we'll see how it responds, see how well we can get in and out. Like this. And let's go in here. If I can just bring the thing into the shed first, then I'll worry about... Yeah, I'm trying to rip the water trough off the wall. This was probably not a good start. I can lower that down like that. There. And start driving forward. Right, so it's definitely not able to pick all of it up. It's got 71 litres there. So if we can't pick we can't pick all of it up, that's fine. We can find other ways to do it. I reckon a cleaning robot would probably be able to pick all of that up, and I don't think it needs to all be picked up. I don't think it's like really important that it all gets picked up. Let's just ignore the fact that I walloped the roof there twice and drove into the posts on the side. We will pretend that didn't happen. So now cleanliness is on 59%. That's not too bad. That's acceptable. And the sheep over there, that's looking pretty good. It's just over halfway on the wool. And then down here, we've got straw is half, grass is quite low, but we do have more grass available. And this was the next thing that I wanted to do. I want to bring this one up, and I want to tip a little bit out onto the ground. I don't want to tip very much, though. We got 15 tons on board here. I love this whole twin wheel setup. It's just fantastic. We're going to be using more twin wheels. Somebody suggested I use the portable... there's a trailer that acts like a, yeah, it acts like basically it's a portable garage. And, so you, like a mobile repair station. And yes, I think it's an excellent idea. I want to use that one. That is something that I'm going to use. Right, ooh, okay, we don't want any more than that. So we got a little bit of grass there. And now we've got the rather slow and tedious job of using the front loader to move it. But I don't think it's going to take very long, because the front loader does hold a reasonable capacity. It's not like we only able to pick up a tiny little bit at a time. This front loader has a capacity of like 2,000 litres. It's got a very high capacity on it. There, look. I pick all that up. There's loads of it. I can get absolutely masses and masses into this bucket, which is brilliant. It does make life a little bit easier. I'm going to lift that one up ever so slightly. There. Forward a bit. There we go. Right, that's all of it. Well, there is a little tiny bit left around that post, but I'm just going to ignore that. And I'm going to bring this one in here, like this. I'm going to lift it up, and... Right, now I got to... Where am I going? I want to bring that in a little... Oh, there we go, there we go. I can just reach. I can just reach, and then I can tip that in. So they've got some grass in there. Right. We've now got grass in there, so the next step is to... Ooh. Actually, what is the next step? Do I want... I'm going to leave this one a minute, because... Oh, no, I can't even leave it. No. We'll drive it forward. We're going to unload this one in a bit. We're not going to unload it just yet. There's another thing that we need to do first. So that one could go down there, because otherwise it's going to be in the way. You go back in a second and turn that one off, like that. And then we'll come up this way. So we can put... What's the capacity of this thing over here? That's the bit that I don't remember. Was the actual capacity of it. I know how I can tell. I can go in here and I can have a look. We need to make sure we get this right. 16,000 litres. Yes, I remember now. Okay, that one is 16,000. We don't want any more than 4,000 litres in bales, which is 9 bales. No. 465 litres in a bale, isn't it? Chuck that straight up and down. Is that gone in? I think that went in. No, I chucked it right over the top. I don't know my own strength. This is awesome. Right. We really didn't like that, did it? Definitely didn't like that. Right. No, I don't want to do it like that either. Well, how? I need to put the bale. You got to go in there. I need you to go in there. Like, there we go. Right. So we put one in. 464. So 10 bales would be 4,640. 9 bales would be 4,200. 4,100. So we want to put 8 bales in. I think we want 8 bales in here. We don't want 9. So there's 2. You know what would be a lot easier? Just to make this just a teensy bit easier. That one there. These bales are brilliant. Right, now we can stand on these bales. So we've got 2 in so far. Now I can easily put them in. So that we got, there's 3. And this is number 4. There we go. And that's number 5 there. Put you in. This is number 6. Come here. Come here, number 6. That's 6 there. And there is number 7. I'm going to go and put 4 bales in for the cows anyway. And that one there is number 8. Should be number 8. So we should have 3,000, like 3,700 and something, I think. Something like that. 3,712. There we go. That's spot on for straw. We don't want any more straw than that. Because if we have any more, we could end up going over the value that we want. So we're going to put in some bales in here. So there's 1. And there's 2. I'll put in 2 more. We can chuck them over that fence. Like that. That one in there. Because we can open up the other door and put them in. But I don't want to. I'm going to just chuck them in there like that. There. And then I'll bring this one down here. And I'll chuck that one through the fence over there. Okay. So now the cows have got straw at 5,900. That's fine. Grass. Could actually do some more grass. More fresh grass would probably be beneficial. And then hay is fine, but we're going to do the hay with the mixed feed. Okay, so we're part way done. Next up, I need some buckets of silage. So we're going to bring this one here. And I actually want to back it up a little bit so that we can easily load this one up. So we're going to bring this one back over to here. And I'm going to put it to about that point there, I think, is the right point. So we'll leave that one run. I love the way that Fiat tractor, the engine, is like spluttering slightly and is lowering down. Like it's almost about to stall at periods while it's just sat there. It's absolutely brilliant, that is. It is really very cool. So that is, I'm surprised. I haven't really used that mod before. Well, I don't know if I've used it at all, actually. It's really good. I like it. Now, I'm going to want 4 bucketfuls of silage at minimum. Minimum of 4 buckets of silage. So let's bring this down here. I think this is going to make an excellent picture for today. So we'll do this. I'm just going to get my picture. There we go. I want to bring that one up a bit. It's going to go into there. And I'm actually going to come out of cab. And I'm going to do it from over here. Because I think this is a better view altogether. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. Working hard. We've got the Fiat there, prominent in the picture. And, yeah, okay, right. That's enough of that. And I'm going to tip that one in there. So we'll do 4 buckets, and then we will check the levels, and we'll see what we've got. Might be that we want 5 buckets of silage. Now, silage and hay, you put those in roughly about the same quantities. The only real issue you've got when you're making a mixed feed is that you don't put too much straw in. You can have no straw at all. It works just as well with no straw at all. The only thing but you do need hay and you do need silage. You have to have those 2 ingredients. The straw is optional. The reason you put the straw in in real life, you put the straw in because it's an added fibre that goes into it, which is actually quite good for the animals. And this extra fibre going in there is very good. It's unusual to use wheat straw. Most farmers would use barley straw if they're going to use a straw. That's not to say that all farmers do, right? It's just clarify that. Very often I will get, if I say that farmers will usually do this, well, we don't. You're an idiot. You know, I haven't actually had people calling me an idiot for quite some time. I'm quite impressed, actually. Unless it's just because, you know, I ignore the people that say things like that, and so they've gotten bored and they've gone to find someone else to troll. Who knows? Who knows how this is, why things are the way they are. They just are. But, anyway. I'm going to bring that one in there. But yes, it is a little bit, it is unusual to use wheat straw for feed because it's quite a thick and tough straw. Barley straw is normally the one that would be used to go into feed, and then wheat straw would be used for bedding. Normally. I'm not saying always, but normally. I've never worked on a farm that has ever used wheat straw for feed. They've always used wheat straw for bedding. A lot of people do use the barley straw for bedding, because it tends to be more absorbent than the wheat straw. The wheat straw, because it's tougher, it can sometimes be less absorbent. Right, we got 66% silage, 33% straw, and we're on 70%, just under 70% overall fill. So if we now drive into the shed in there, we'll back this one all the way up, and then we'll drive into the shed, and we'll get some hay going in there as well. And we'll fill this one up with hay. That should take us to the right quantities. We'll have roughly the same amount of silage as we've got hay, and we'll have about half of both of them in straw. And what a lot of people will do is, because it tends to be, if you're going to make a clamp of silage, the silage is easier to make. You know, once you've got like this big thing of silage. So very often they'll put one bale of hay, one bale of straw, and then top up the rest with silage, which is about 8,000 litres of silage. So you'll have roughly double the silage that you do the hay, just because it's easier in-game to make silage than it is to make the hay. That's literally the only reason. It's just because it's easier to make. I don't think we can get round that corner. I think our tractor is just a teensy bit too big. Oh, there we go. Now we've gotten round. So bring that one in under there. Like that, and then I'm not going to empty it out yet because we need to finish mixing. We want to turn this thing on as well. There. So we got the blades mixing. There, you can see them mixing. And now I can turn this one on, and I can put the. I'm saying fill. This is where the hay is, up in here. Ah, there we go. Ah, I was told I could come up here and I could see the hay, but I can get it to work. Maybe I need to back up a little bit. Pressing R. I don't want to press I don't want to fill it. Fill! Fill me up, dude! Why won't you fill? It should just drop hay into this one. Maybe I need to turn it off. Maybe I need to back up a bit. I'm not quite sure why this isn't working. It's supposed to work perfectly now. I can empty it out, but it's not actually mixed feed yet. And I need this hay to turn it into mixed feed. Oh, I wonder if it's because it's a thing that tips out, it won't actually tip out. Because there's, like you can't tip from a tip point into, you mix up the quantity, the different items that you've got. That might be something to do with it. Info, grass, empty. Look on here to automatic filling. Go to there. You doing it? Are you automatically filling? I can't see. No, I don't think it is. Right. That's not actually working. We've got to put this in first. We've got to put the hay in first in order to be able to make it work. As far as I can see, that is the only way to do it. So, in order to get round this and to keep things moving, because I would like to hurry up and get this done now, I'm going to take this one out this end, drive out here if I can get out without walloping into that. It's very tight squeeze in here. This Fiat is really pushing the limits of what we can get into any of this here. And the other problem is that I can't get around that corner. How am I going to do this? I'm never going to get out of here, am I? I'm stuck for all eternity. Yeah, I can't get over that one either. If I can turn. Nope. I'm trying to. I know I'm destroying the machines. Just ignore what I'm doing to the machines. I'm trying desperately to just bring it round so that it goes inside of that light, but it's not working. It's not working. This is all going wrong. There's all like some sort of night. Oh, there we go. We got it. Okay. I should, in future, I will back out of there. We'll definitely do that a little bit differently in future. But no, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to run over here and we're going to have to get some bales of hay. And then next time we'll put the hay in first. I got a feeling that it's not going to let us do it because you can't tip out of like a grain silo. You can't mix things in a machine. And that is why it's not letting us do it. And that's fair enough. I can understand why that wouldn't work. So if we just bring that one up to there somewhere. And yes, I'm driving terribly. I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. I just want to hurry up and get some food in for our cows. They're very hungry. They need the best of the best. And we've got the best of the best right here. But we haven't actually put it in for them yet. So that's what we're going to do right now. And if I come up there and then jump, I'm hoping that that's actually putting it in there properly. I think that one went right over the top. It's very likely that it did. That one went underneath. We're not having much luck with getting these bales actually into the machine. Bring that one out there. There we go. Okay, that definitely went over the top. Yeah, I got two of them down here now. I'm so bad at this. Right. Nope, missed. I don't think we're going to get any in here, you know, if we're playing like bale basketball. I don't think I can get them into the feeder. Ooh, that one went in. That definitely went in. You heard it. It celebrates. It gives like a little cheer when you get it just right. Let's try that again. We get this in the right spot. There. Nailed it. What are we on now? We could do with, I think, 2 more bales. Go and get that one. Oh, there. Is that going to work? No. Because of the way that the barn is in here, I don't think I can actually do it from in here. I can do that. That works. And take that one there. Alright, let's just put that in. And we're 95%. And if you look at this, we've got good feed value. It's all of it is in green, which is good. That's what we want. So let's back this one out here. And now we got to see if we can get this one into that shed and get the animals fed. So how are we going to do this? It's a very tight squeeze. We know that it is a very tight squeeze. We've accepted that and we've moved on. So what we need to do is figure out the best way that we can do this. Now, we could either drive and put the nose of the tractor into those flowers there and back it in around the corner from this side, or we drive in from the other side and back out, or vice versa, we back in. I think what we'll do is we're going to try and back it in from here, because that's slightly less of a wiggle to get round. I mean, we might actually be able to do this by driving into that barn and backing it out from the barn. The problem is, the main part, no, there isn't enough room. We would have to empty out all the machinery to do that. So getting it round this way, this would work. That slurry spreader is going to be right in the wrong place for this. Let's move the slurry spreader out of the way first. If we bring that one down there, we need to be able to... We need room to be able to move around. And that slurry spreader is going to be just in the wrong position for where we want our wheels to be able to turn. So if we bring this tractor over here. There we go. That one can go on the slurry spreader. We're going to do a bit of slurry spreading fairly soon. Well, I say fairly soon. We've only got 2 days left on this map. So we will do slurry spreading. I might actually just, like, we'll feed these animals and then we'll fast forward a little bit so that we've got a bit of slurry and solid manure there as well. And then we can do a bit of both. Maybe go and spread it on the grass or something like that. Right, now we can back this one up here. So bring that over there. And then round this way. Now, if I was doing this in real life, I probably... you know, I have no idea how I would do this. I genuinely have no idea how I would set this to do it so that I could do this fairly easily in real life. Let's bring that one in through there. There we go. Now we can start bringing it round the corner like that. Probably I would try and do it like that. That seems like it would be the best way to do it. I've hit something. Oh. Well, that's not good. I'm hitting the roof. I'm hitting the thing on the roof because I can't go in that way. That does make life a little bit more difficult. Look at the size of this thing on this shed. This is terrible. Right, we're going to have to go in forwards, which means that then we've either got to back out or we've got to go all the way through and figure out a way to get out the other end without getting too tangled up. I think we'll be able to back out. If we can back in, we ought to be able to back out. So we come round this way, like this, and we keep it reasonably straight. I want to bring the wheel over that way there, and then turn sharp. I want to just bring it back a little bit. The turning circle is slightly different to what I thought it was. And I want to stay over to that wall fairly tight, and then start moving in, and it should just clear that side. Ooh, that is tight, but it does it. It does it. It clears that side. The only problem now is, what am I stuck on? I'm stuck on something. Oh no, I'm not stuck on anything. So I can bring that one forward a bit like that, and then we can actually start unloading. There we go. Look, it's unloading. It's unloading on the wrong side, but that's fine. I don't care about that. We're feeding the cows. We've got the thing in here, and we're feeding the cows. They've now got power food. They've got grass. They're cleaned. And they've got hay and straw and water. They've got everything they could possibly want. We've got the whole shebang in here. And now, if I back this one up here, like this, I should be able to put in about 8 tons of hay. What? No! No. You're supposed to be working. You're supposed to let me tip it in now. I'm sure it worked before. Turn on mixer wagon. Let's bring that back. I'm sure it actually worked previously. You press R to refill. It's not allowing me to press R to refill. Why is it not? It worked before, didn't it? Or did we not? Did it not work with this one? Did I use the? I used the trailer, didn't I? That's why. Yeah, I used the trailer and it. Right. Okay, we can't load that one from there. I don't know why. I suspect that the map is still calling it grass and not hay, and that might be why. Right. This one can come over this way, like that, and then if we straighten up on that one, and then turn on there. Right, I turned badly when I came out of the shed, so it's not perfect on there, but I think we've done alright. I think we've done alright. We managed to do it, and I'm pretty sure that the reason that we can't get that stuff out is because it's still classed as grass, and you can't put grass into the mixed feeder. It's not actually classed as hay, and maybe we got to leave it for a time or something like that. I'm not quite sure why. We'll have a look. Go back here. Let's back this one up. But we've run out of time. I'm not doing a weekly question this week. We've got the map, and then we'll do a weekly question when we get to the new map. So if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. Now, we got storage progress there. Grass. Drying progress. Hay. Grass empty. That was supposed to be able to take the hay out of there, but it's not letting us. I don't quite know why it's not letting us take hay. However... Oh... I'm looking at that. I don't think that is a barn door that can open. Oh, yes, it can! I can open them all. Look at this. There is the hay! Look! There is the hay! But it's not letting me take it. There. I'm not quite sure why it's not letting me take it, but still. Okay, let's close that door there. I'll leave the one up the top open, because I want to go in there later. We'll go in there again. Anyway, that's all we got time for. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.